So I have a problem with this composer because he wears suit and cravat. How is called this gravata? And when you wear suit and cravat, my expectations will be very high. And actually, my expectations, they were not actually met. Let's hear the music of this composer. You will see who I am talking about very soon.
Never was a story.
So just still a commentary. What I'm speaking about that when you go with suit and cravat everywhere the whole time, I expect that you are sophisticated, no, and that you compose sophisticated music. So because this is the image that you are communicating somehow, no? It is like if you see the Slash of the Guns N' Roses, you expect that he does grunge, hard rock, guitar, no? So let's go.
Never was a story of more woe than this, of Juliet and her Romeo.
What lady's that? I swear the sight. I never saw true beauty till this night.
I know this man to be a Montague.
So this type of thing I can't just hear anymore. So this type of ostinato, okay?
Never was a story of Juliet.
It doesn't matter if it fits this style of production. Actually, it doesn't, but it is trendy, and then it fits because it's trendy, it's fashion. It doesn't matter. So this is absolutely, it is below the kitschy level, okay? So you might be very competent doing such things, but the moment you start with such a deal nowadays, you are already of a lower value, in my opinion. So then it is a problem if you walk around like a sophisticated dandy. I really find a problem.
What lady's that? I swear the sight. I never saw true beauty till this.
In honor of my blood, I'll strike him dead.
I would not let any harm.
If your heart, like mine, is full, then tell the joy that waits us this night.
I cannot tell of what.
So there's nothing with Romeo and Juliet, these things, okay? So complicated, my friend.
House of Montague. Don't let their name be spoken in this house.
Then you are mine no more.
So help me God! Romeo! Come settle with me, boy!
So this percussion stabs, absolutely nothing special. Absolutely nothing special. It's trendy, it's fashion, but it's below the level of kitsch and cliché.
What have I done but murdered my tomorrow?
At once, exile him hence.
Safety net to hold me now.
There is no world beyond the city's walls, just purgatory.
So actually these insertions of pop music, what they want with this is actually is to bring the content to the audience, not the audience to the content. So actually they are devaluing the content, principally in this case of one of the most important classics of universal literature.
Heaven is here, where Juliet lives. Every unworthy thing may look on her, but Romeo may not. Every unworthy thing may.
So this is the
Heaven is
so-called
here, where Juliet lives. Every unworthy.
sting. Yes, bass sting. No, or there is another name for this when you pitch down this bass line. Absolutely low level cliché. This is absolutely an offense to Romeo and Juliet.
Thing may look on her, but Romeo may not.
So you want to speak about a timeless timeless tale with very trendy means, not timeless music.
A greater power than we can contradict has thwarted all our plans. And there will be...
Give me of heaven.
So I feel pain just by watching
team
this.
can do it
Okay,
in a-
so really. Now, Abel Konietzowski receives Composer of the Year award. Polish composer. Now, did he compose this trailer track? This is a good question because many times the trailer is scored by trailer companies, and then they hire these composers who live in this world of the VI control forum. So I can't be sure. So if Korzenioski did this, I lose my words, because sometimes the people who do who write such things, they are also clueless. So it is about the composer, but it's not clear that this composition here was, if we can call it one, that this was composed by the guy. But anyways, we can go to the Romeo and Juliet. And check the other music. So let's assume it was not composed by him. The trailer. Romeo and Juliet is on this track. Okay. So. Okay, so the cute minimalist piano. Okay, cliché. We all know. It is the sound of let's say easy recipe. Okay. So this only catch. Do you know those people who never watched something classical and they go for the first time in the cinema after a whole week playing a role that they don't want to play in life, like as a wife or a man and a co-worker in a bad job situation that pay very well, and then they can never take the decision to leave the job because the life is comfortable, and then someday they go on Saturday to watch such a film and to try to see if there is something more in life. Okay, then they hear this piano here. Oh, the piano. E major. This is an A minor, very probably. So let's play my piano here. Now this is G minor. No. No, this is B minor. So sophisticated. No, this was already too interesting what I did. It was F major, no? So how can we live with this, my friend? So the problem is that the minimalism movement is the core influence of this type of soundtrack style. The true minimalism and the good minimalism is about a very interesting finesse in music, where you are very strategic about adding the variations and adding change in movement. Actually, the good minimalism is not a so static type of music, okay? And here, of course, you have still some new instruments. there is insertion of new elements, no? However, we all know this is cliche, my friend. So this is the first tracks composed by any student today. They already sound like this, and this is what annoys me. It's not about being music of some basic, interesting level of quality. It's about this composer being seen as the ultimate sophisticated composer of the classical conservative side in Hollywood. Then this annoys me because this is ignorance, okay? And as you know, we are here to really attack ignorance, inclusive my own. So if I say some blasphemy, please let me know on the comments instead of hitting the dislike button. So actually the problem is not with, let's say, it's not the composer. It's like the Hans Zimmer situation. I think if I meet Hans Zimmer here in front of the Vienna Opera House, I will certainly invite him for a coffee and perhaps start a rock and roll band with him. But the people who like this composer, they are very mistaken. And many of them, they are not educated in music. It's just simple like this. They don't even know if the Baroque is before the Renaissance or after the Renaissance. And they are not sure if Romeo and Juliet was really in the Renaissance. This is the absolute painful truth, okay, about the audience. And it is really like this. Perhaps if you are now in an educated country and city, perhaps a little bit better. But in many cases, it is not. It is really like this. So what happens? People don't have even the criteria to put some type of composers on the pedestal like they do. And why is this bad? Because it's bad for you, because you compose your symphony, your first symphony, with very interesting musical thoughts, and you are working, I don't know, you are working full time in the week still. This is the reality. So this is why the whole discussion of aesthetics and judgment in art is unfortunately very important. This is not it is not like a side thing. Now, should you blame the Korzeniowski? I think no, but the audience that is ignorant and put him. I read some comments like one of the best composers. So I can see the reason for this, okay? So cute. So is this the expression of the content, of the artistic content, artistic idea, of the story of very disparate, intense, conflictuous love? Let's check the difference between this and Prokofiev. The opening. I want the opening.
Endlich kann ich mich waschen.
So I have to go to my this one. So so now you get it. Yes, yes, exactly. So drama, of course. So one of the main things going on in Shakespeare, drama. Not cutie, 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 cutie. Cutie, 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 parallel, 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 parallel. Oh fuck, man. You can go minimalist like this if you go strategically and add something. Please add something, but don't engage in this as this were the main substance of your expression, and principally for Romeo and Juliet. You get the point? So it's not like you don't do it. It's very hard to tell you don't do it as a composer, but use this to do something different. So and add bring me some idea, some new fresh compositional idea. This is the point. So you can comment the minimalist style. You can even go in this cute style. You can even go in this very cute style, in my opinion. But remember that this is Romeo and Juliet. So where is the intensity? Where is the geniality of Shakespeare? Where is the singularity of this case? Okay, so and then this is what is concerning when you double down on kitschy things, that it goes to the extent where you have absolutely no connection with the content that you are trying to express, or you are devaluing the content. Okay. Now, when you start like this, yes, so this is fight, and then you this contrast brings already drama. It brings problem. So I heard this, and now I hear this. Hey, what's going on? So but even better is the Dance of Nights. awesome. So awesome. You have melody, you have character, you have counterpoint, you have everything. So you have the synchronicity and unity with the content. So so Prokofiev can wear a suit. So he can wear a suit. See, he can even wear a suit with this thing here. See. So now you understand the requirement to wear a suit and a cravat with this and appear in public as a composer is at least that your music doesn't sound ultra low level, covert, kitschy. Okay, you push the boundaries with the sophistication. You push the boundaries with sophistication. Okay, and also if you have a chair like this, or so you need to push the boundaries with sophistication, my friend. And this is what we are going to do if you learn with me. Now, the Korotsenyovsky, I still can't give him a death sentence. Okay, I can't give a death sentence, and the reason for this, is that I found one picture at least where he's not wearing a suit. So here is, he appears like a normal guy. It could be a member of the Rush band. He could substitute the Alex Lifeson. And perhaps this was before I don't know, before he won his first 10,000. Although it doesn't look so new, this photo, or he's always in the same studio, like forever. So it looks like always the same studio. So it means that he was caught without suit. Perhaps he will delete this photo. So here's the guy. He's the real person. I can't give him a death sentence, and I will tell you why. Because he did his best. So he started with cello, and he had stage fright. Then he wanted to study composition. He was a cello student in the music academy in Poland, something like this. And on the second or third year, or second and third semester, you can correct me if I'm wrong, he only then he started to study composition after a failed attempt. Actually, the first attempt he failed. So I can't say that if you fail you are bad. If you fail in composition, in a composition exam you are bad. I can't say this because I know many people who are in the commission and they are bad. Not only bad, but evil. So it's not about this, but when I combine this element with the element of what I see in his composition, I am like, okay. So, but I can give him a death sentence. And the reason is, the true reason, soundtrack composition, film scoring, is a very peculiar aesthetic situation. It has a very peculiar aesthetic problem. It has a very peculiar problem for the judgment. From the music philosophical perspective, it is another status. And this has to do with the amount of influence the director has in your creation. And you can never tell how much influence the director had in what you created. I will give an example. I composed it for an advertising. So in the first situation, director wanted like Mozart and this and opera. I did the thing. I like it very much. It was a lot of work. Imagine to bring a Mozart idiom in an advertising. So then he was not that satisfied. So he wanted a second composition. But the problem, this was not actually a revision. Actually, it was a new prompt. It was a new brief. And as you know, they are smart. He tried to make it as if it were a revision only. Then I do the second one, because actually this is a new brief. So now it's not only the Mozart opera, it's the Mozart Requiem. So it changed everything. It's another concept. So it's musically going another direction. Mozart Requiem, and it has to end like epic, more modern epic. So very hard to come from Mozart to modern epic in 1 minute or such thing. So I did this. Actually, my second composition I don't like. The first one is my expression. The first one is my true expression. It was about well, I am not going out the details, but it was my true expression. So, and the second one, it was, I did like so I did like the Wojak. Okay, I was cynic about my own composition. So the client approved this version. So here you see the problem of soundtrack composition, of film composition. So until we get to categorically affirm that this music is his own idea, it requires some, let's say, some footnotes. However, if you hear a lot of music of the same composer, you can figure out a little bit how he does things. So pseudo-classic, very sample-based music, recorded with live instruments. So very minimalist, simplest layers. I will not call it simple, but simplest minimalistic layers with other layers of melodic, pseudo melodic intensity that they have the function only to communicate the sophistication, the upper end sophistication of classical music. So this is a pseudo classic, okay, complicated. And then you can also say that I am not watching the whole music, but in this point it doesn't matter so much. It's not still about musical form. Right by harmonic, so it doesn't even appear, my friend. By harmonic choice and choice of texture and the thematic choice, you can already know a lot. So it's Korczeniowski. So his name is absolutely complicated. Korczeniowski, Abel. So YouTube can't even find the guy, my friend. So let's see if we find some interesting, good music. So this absolutely, this is, I just can't accept this, okay? So any beginner composer starts like this. So it's always the first or second composition of any composer. It will be this pseudo valse accompaniment. Can you do great things with this? Of course, but we have to check the whole. Okay, so the guy is a ultra overpaid composer with triggering sophisticated expectations and hopes that we finally get the classical music in Hollywood. Okay. So, how many films do like this, my friend? Cute. Cute, cute. Cute, cute. Cute, 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 cute. So it's music for cat lovers, okay? And it works. Man, so if you start with such style, okay, music for cats. So we have the cats. They need attention, and they need good music. So okay, you start like this. I understand. Then please add me some better melodies. You get the point? Not like an harmony exercise. So the melody is almost empty. So this is the antecedent. Let's call it like this. So this is pan, tati, and the consequent. Do you know? So they don't relate to each other in something impactful or like they are like You get the point. So for a middle level situation, it's okay. So any movie needs music, then it is okay. But when it comes to this point of being so composer of the year award, so this is problematic, and it's not his fault. It is not his fault. It's fault of the people who don't have any education and taste in music whatsoever. They have taste in clothes, so this is what they can understand. They can understand the fashion, and actually the guy is very smart because it works. His technique. So this is what people understand, and then he comes to the composer of the year award. And another reason for this, because the other composers, they are probably worse. I mean, the other candidates next to him, not the other composers at all. Because I am sure that you, my subscriber, you do better. So, complicated, my friend. So, this is my review. And an impression of this situation, and I am here to show you how important is to be able to fill this void today. So there is a reason why this happens, and it happens because some type of music is not being composed. Okay, some type of music is not being composed, and we have to ask ourselves why and what is happening and which are the requirements to get to a more interesting quality of music. So one of the things that you can do is to visit my ear training course and also book a lesson with me. The ear training course is for free until 1st of June, while I am still building the course. Then it is free, and later I will think about a price, and I will add new things. It is not just like as you see. Let me put here to show to you. So you click here. I am adding things, okay, and I am thinking about some ways of inserting some other types of, let's say, interactivity. And this course you should also consider as something that can be combined with online lessons. So the advantage of the online lesson that you can perform things for me in real time, and you can't substitute this. Okay, so the ear training course alone, I think, helps a lot, but it's not an absolute thing still. You can also write to me anytime, commenting if you find too hard or too easy. I am building the course, and I will consider the feedbacks. If you find too hard or too easy, please tell me in which level of musician you are, because otherwise it doesn't matter. Your anonymous opinion as an anonymous person, my mother can also say that it's too hard. So tell me if you are like a cellist, flute player, a singer, wanting to compose music, that you can read music or not, things like this. So that's all. Thanks for watching. See you later.